Hello, I'm Dottie Wood. I'm a special education teacher here at Alp Elementary School, and I wanted to take a few minutes to talk with you about some important things in helping your child who faces some challenges with communication. I see firsthand how frustrating it can be for children when they know what to say but can't get the words out exactly. Speaking in front of others can be scary. Today, I would like to connect this story, the King's Speech, to many with some of our students that we have in our classroom. And I feel like it is very informative and educational for their academics as well. The King's Speech tells a story of King George. Even though he was a king in England, he had a country that was depending on him. He struggled with a serious stutter problem. Speaking in public was stressful, sometimes overwhelming. There is a scene where he steps up to the microphone to deliver an important speech during World War II. You can see his shoulders are very tense, his hands grip the podium. He takes a deep breath and he avoids eye contact. His voice shakes, he pauses frequently, much like most of our students. Even though he is very powerful and he is very important, he still faces many fears and many anxieties. The same way with your student and how they feel when they are asked to speak in front of whole group or in front of a class or even just an extra peer. Things relating to the students that I noticed from the King George episodes and clips. Watching those scenes, I thought about some of my students that I do teach. Just like the King, these students want to communicate and participate, but sometimes they feel afraid to make these mistakes. In the classroom, these are some things that I have noticed with the students and how they relate to the King. They look down when called upon instead of making eye contact. They wait quietly for someone to answer the first question. Usually students will do this when you call upon them. They'll look down and then they'll just pause. And most of the time, the other peers that are in the classroom will be good friends and they'll help them and they'll go ahead and answer for them. That to me is when I start to notice that maybe we're having a little bit of anxiety reading out loud in front of our peers. Next, fidget or tap, pencil. It could be a pencil, it could be twisting their hair, it could be tapping the desk, it could be tapping their ears. I mean, it could be a number of things, but just for slight movements for fidgeting. Sometimes they avoid participating entirely. They'll avoid, if they know that it's going to be an open group discussion or if it's going to be a read aloud. Sometimes they'll ask to go to the restroom and then they'll stay in there for a periodically long time, or they'll ask to go to a nurse, or they'll ask to go speak to somebody in order to get out of reading or participating in the lesson. All these are important. And all these are normal reactions for communication with anxiety. The important thing is just to notice them and give them support and encouragement and not criticize them. So why support matters? Support matters. In the movie, King George worked with his speech therapist who gave him confidence to speak. And hopefully me as a special education teacher and all the other staff will be able to help that with your student as well. He didn't try to force perfection. He was encouraged to practice and make mistakes and keep trying. And that's what we want for our students. We want them to keep trying. We want them to keep practicing, but also, again, encouragement is needed. That's exactly what we want to do in the classroom. With small, safe ways, children can speak and participate. If children do not feel safe in their environment or in their space, they are not going to learn and they're not going to want to give you that opportunity for them to trust you. So, for examples that we can do to help build that confidence and to get them to keep practicing would be to reading with the teacher one-on-one, practicing short answer before sharing with the class, using visual supports, prompts to help them organize their thoughts. Organizers, chart organizers, anything that you have that would be able to help them just to be able to create their thoughts and be able to put them on paper. Celebrating every effort, even if it's not perfect. We want to make sure that they know that we see that they're trying. We want them to know that no matter what they're doing, if they're trying, they're giving their best. Children with speech differences need patience and repetition. Just like the King, every time they try, they are building confidence and resilience. So what can you do at home to help your child? Parents you play a critical role in helping your student and helping your child feel comfortable with communication. Here are some ways you can help. Give them time. Let your child finish their thought without rushing them. Pause and wait. Celebrate effort. Acknowledge every attempt to communicate, even if the words aren't perfect. Model calm, confident speech. Speak slowly and clearly and don't correct every time or mistake. Encourage practice and fun. Reading together, storytelling, or even recording themselves speaking can help. Remind them that their mistakes are okay. Every person stumbles sometimes, even adults. The key is keep trying. By celebrating and supporting efforts at home, you and I can all reinforce what we do at school. Your child learns from their voice, and that voice is what matters. In closing, the biggest lesson from the King's speech is that the progress takes patience, encouragement, and belief. King George didn't eliminate his stutter overnight. He learned to trust himself, take risk, believe in his voice, and support someone who understands him. Your child can do the same. With guidance from you as the parent and us as teachers who care, your child who struggles with communication can find courage, confidence, and pride in sharing their thoughts. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. Together we can find and help your child. Together we can find and help your child's voice, just like the King, and show them what they have to say matters. Thank you for your time.